There are a lot of ways to make a montage, and not everyone is exactly good at editing them. So in this video, I'm going to give you a detailed guide on how to make your Minecraft montage. Note that I will be using CapCut for this tutorial, but a large majority of these tips transfer over whatever you use to edit. Step 1. Recording settings. If you want the best results, I'd recommend recording at least 1080p 60 fps with the highest bitrate you can that looks good. If you cannot record in these settings, you should add motion blur using Technos or CapCut. Find blur settings you like anywhere on YouTube and copy them. Step 2. Editing style. If you want your clips to match your montage style, plan the song and editing style you're going to choose before making the montage. This montage has more difficult, longer clips with less editing, but this one is shorter, more simple clips with lots more editing. My point is that the more editing you do, the less difficult the clips have to be, in my opinion, because you show off two different things in montages: editing and clips. Step 3. Gathering clips. Once you decide on how much editing you want to put in, pick packs that you like and that would be good for your editing style. If you want more of an upbeat song, pick a brighter pack. If you are making a sumo montage to show off combos instead of edits, try making your combos unique. Don't just do jump flicks and go for 1080s. That's lame. If you prioritize editing, the style doesn't really matter as long as your edits are really good. If you want to make your montages 100% edit focused, you can technically use anything, but I think it's best executed using After Effects and Sony Vegas. Since I'm not the most advanced editor yet, I will not go over anything complicated editing wise. Step 4. Downloading clips. If you use PC or mobile, you don't really run into this issue, but if you're on console, you have a few options to transfer your footage to your editing platform. For the best quality on PS5, you can use the PS app to download the clips to your phone from your app. You can also use a flash drive and transfer them in the capture gallery. You can upload them to YouTube unlisted and download or screen record them on your other device, but the quality is slightly downgraded through this method. Step 5. Editing setup. This is where the real tutorial begins. I'm going to show you a few strategies I use to construct my montages. First, make your project and set the quality to 3480 by 2160, which is 4K, and 60 FPS to get the best quality. If you lag from this in the editing process, edit in lower quality and change it before you render the video. After you place your clips and montage in the editing pool, drag the song in the timeline and plan what you're going to do with the intro clip. I would recommend having most of your better, faster paced clips near the beginning so you catch the viewer's attention easier. However, don't put all of them at the beginning, as you're going to have boring clips in the second half. If you do this, they might get bored. If you want, add an adjustment layer over the entire song that will change the color correction of all the clips placed under it. I usually add 10 to 15 saturation and 10 to 15 sharpness to mine, but do whatever you think looks best. Once this is done, drag the rest of your clips into the timeline in any order you choose and trim them to the interesting bits. I like having most of them sync to the beat of the song or when the verse ends or something. Bonus 1. I made a 3-step editing process while editing. First, order the clips and trim. Next, add effects like filters, shakes, transitions, etc. Last, I rewatch the whole thing and look for last minute adjustments and spot in the montages that need more or less editing. I'd recommend following this if you edit slow or badly. Step 6. Now for the effects. I will go over a few that I've used and see. You aren't limited to these, so get creative. I'll just give you guys a few as a start. If you aren't confident that your montage is going to be good, practice editing these effects as many times as you like before you post them. Filters are added up here. Pick ones that look good for the montage. I would recommend putting some kind of transition or shake to go into whatever section with the filter so it doesn't look like it's just cutting directly, because that's kind of ugly, not gonna lie. Speaking of transitions, here's where you can find them. I only use a select few of these, so don't use anything that looks ugly. I usually use flash, mix, shake 1, and these push transitions because I think the most common ones can fit really well into any montage. The effects tab has a few good choices for montages, so get creative. Just don't use anything too weird. While you're in step 1 in my editing process, you should decide if some clips will have velocity or not. Basically, velocity just speeds up and slows down a clip a bunch of times to the beat to create a swinging motion. This effect takes a while, but it's really easy. First, grab your clip, slow the whole thing down to around 50% speed, and then move to the start of where you want the velocity effect to begin. From there, press the right arrow about 30 times and split the clip. Then change the clip on the left to about 200% speed. Now go to the next beat of the song and split again. Told you it was easy. Adding black bars makes part of your montage look more intense, so don't forget to add them if you're planning on adding a bunch of effects to your montage. Click on the top of your clip and select this under mask. Shakes are pretty easy to apply. Just split the clip to where you want the shake to start and then add the shake. Now for my favorite effect, these flashes. So grab another adjustment layer so you can copy the flash, trim it so it's like half a second long, add saturation, brightness, and if you want to add other stuff, then place a keyframe at the start of the layer for each effect, then add a keyframe for every effect again at the end of it. Put everything you changed at that last keyframe to 0, and now you have the flash. Adjust the first keyframe however you want and also add shakes if you want to. Now step 7, rendering the video. Just render the footage in the highest possible quality. If you decide to add blur, chuck your video into whatever you're using and edit the settings to your liking. Here's the second bonus step. I already made a video on how to make my thumbnails, so go watch that if you need assistance on making your thumbnails. Hope you guys learned something new in my tutorial, and make sure to @ me in the description if you want me to watch your montage. Thank you for the recent support on my videos. We might hit 1K soon, so if you guys waited till this far, subscribe. Have a good one, y'all.
Alone at parties in a deadly silhouette. She loves the cocaine, but cocaine don't love her back. When she's upset, she talks to Maury and takes deep breaths. She's a 90s supermodel. Way back in high school when she was a good Christian, I used to know her, but she's got a new best friend, a drag queen named the Virgin Mary takes confessions. She's a 90s supermodel. Yeah, she's a master. My compliments. If you wanna love her, just deal with that. She'll never love you more than money and cigarettes. Every night's a heartbreak. Hey, don't think about it. Hey, just let it go. 'Cause her boyfriend is a rock and roll. Save her every moment till she has to go. 'Cause her boyfriend is a rock and roll. Alone at parties, she's working around the clock. When you're not looking, she's stealing your bossy out. Low-waisted pants on OnlyFans, I'd pay for that. She's a 90s supermodel. Yeah, she's a master. My compliments.